Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I have a friend, Mary, whose husband dislikes vegetables except broccoli when it's cooked lightly on the grill. He loves the slight charring of the broccoli with its crisp texture. And when they visited San Francisco, they ate at a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown. They ordered a broccoli chicken stir-fry dish. To her surprise, her husband loved the broccoli in that dish. The reason is that the broccoli has all the characteristics of being grilled. They asked the server, who was also the owner of the restaurant, how do they cook this broccoli that make it so tasty? She told them it is due to WOK HEI. And when Mary returned home, she contacted me and asked me how to achieve WOK HEI to cook broccoli in their home kitchen. As I have described in my previous video, there are three principles for achieving WOK HEI. The first is the Maillard reaction for generate flavor molecules. The second is caramelization to create a nutty and sugary flavor. Last but not the least is to char the ingredients to create a slight smoky flavor. Generally, WOK HEI is created in a stove with high heat. In a commercial setting, these stoves are designed specifically for stir-frying in a wok. The high heat is important during the cooking process. It causes the cooking oil to reach a temperature frequently known as the flash point. At this temperature, the oil could be set on fire. And by tossing the ingredients in the wok, you can char them. At this temperature, you can result in caramelization as well as charring that will give the flavor of WOK HEI. For most home kitchen, this is either impractical or actually impossible to achieve. Not only it will create too much film, in fact it could be dangerous. However, I learned from my cousin Marge that it is possible to achieve WOK HEI in the home kitchen without all the fire and the smoke. I'm going to do this cooking demonstration on my flat-top glass electric stove. I'm going to use my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I added about 1.5 tablespoons of canola oil to the wok. I then heat up the oil in the wok, and during the process, I am seasoning the wok using my spot seasoning method. If you are unfamiliar with this spot seasoning method, you can take a look at this video. I add about 5 cups of broccoli that have been cut to bite size. For my 14-inch wok, this is probably the maximum amount of broccoli that I would like to cook in it. If you add too much ingredients to the wok, it will reduce the temperature and this will not allow it to cook as effectively. The broccoli floret suck up the oil readily. As I stir fry it, as you can see, the bottom of the wok almost have no oil left on it at all. This is very important in creating WOK HEI because during the first stage, you will have the Maillard reaction. If you have the presence of cooking oil, it will keep the temperature right around the Maillard reaction or slightly higher. And when the oil is depleted from the surface of the wok, the temperature will start to rise. This rising temperature will first cause caramelization and then lead to charring of the ingredients. And this is exactly what is going on in the wok right at this moment. At this point, if you add some more oil, it will reduce the temperature and it will stop the caramelization and the charring. Because I want to cook the broccoli a little bit longer, so I add some additional oil to the wok. If I do not add any oil, the broccoli will get burned. Because caramelization and charring is two of the key aspects of WOK HEI. Normally, it is achieved by the open flame. However, by using this simple technique, you can also achieve caramelization and charring without actually burning the food. And therefore, when Marge explaining this method to me, I thought that she was absolutely ingenious. However, she showed me there's another way to achieve the charring and caramelization by using a blowtorch. Now, I thought that's a pretty good idea as well, but I haven't tried it yet. Marge told me the next step to enhance wok hei is by using a sauce that contains sugar. And in this case, I'm going to use a combination of oyster sauce and hoisin sauce, since both of them contains sugar. Again, in the high heat, the sugar in the sauce will also caramelize, create the wok hei flavor. And the final step is that for me to add a small amount of water to steam the vegetable to create the texture that I want. For people who like their vegetable crisp, then you can omit this step completely. However, it is important that you only add a small amount of water at a time, because you do not want to dilute the flavor of the vegetables. And last but not the least, I'm going to garnish the dish with some orange bell pepper. This will both add texture and flavor to the dish. I add some more oyster sauce to make the final adjustment, and the dish is done. And the total cook time of the dish is a little bit under 5 minutes. And when Mary tried this method at home, she was surprised how good it tastes. She told me that this broccoli tastes as good as the one that she tasted at that Chinese restaurant in San Francisco Chinatown. Her husband loves the flavor of the broccoli. In fact, he figured out how to do it himself. They now make this at least twice or even 3 times a week. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos daily to help people to understand as well as to adopt my fast cooking system, which is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.